These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Coming through into just the Zeri, which we knew could be flex. As barrier going to have to be used here from Guma. Now he's rooted down. The spear nearly catches him as Guma, just cool as ever, doesn't have to flash or anything, but he is going to be pushed out of this wave.
With some topside control, we'll take away these grubs. Not the most significant game for side lane pressure with the Cassante Mordekaiser. But it is what you can get when your bottom side is a little bit in tatters.
Yeah, we'll see if any of our mid laners, get a moment to push, but you're exactly right. I don't think that Mordekaiser and Cassante are going to be giant threats in the side lane unless Zeus gets massive or Keen does. But yeah, Chovy just going to return here. We do have the trade of objectives. A lot of action, actually. Zoner's on the top side here as well, trying to threaten Keen. All out is down, but Zeus also being pressured under his turret. Who's going to be the first top laner to fall is really the question as the sleep will come in, but the Senna ult helping a bit. A lot of tanking goes in from Guma as Keen is very low, but no kill just yet. Another plate to go down, and finally it will come through. First blood, and Zeus will go down as we expected, but first blood does go to T1 at this point in time. Might have a little grubs fight here as Gen.G are trying to get some of their own, and Guma forced to flash down on the bottom side by himself. But with Owner up on the top side here, they might be able to pick up 5 grubs for the side of T1, as it looks like they will. Yeah,
that's a pretty huge win here for T1. Able to get this. Yes, they lost a flash bottom side, but that won't necessarily end up being too impactful. And 5 grubs, if a Corki or a Callista gets some alone time with a turret, will end up being quite significant and get prio. T1 will, however, get this, as it looks like Gen.G more interested in pushing plates bottom side, not willing to take a fight. They already bought 5 minutes of time with that first dragon. I say that though, Lehens is going to come over and mess around. Does have unseal, but no smite set, and they are just going to give this up.
Yeah, pretty surprising. I mean, they got a plate and bot, maybe 2. I think it's just 1, actually. As it's like, okay, you want to poke on us, but then we just heal everything because we have double healing champions that are also fantastic in the later stage of the game. But either way, we are going to get this TP up from the side of Zeus, as it does look like they do want to go for the fight. Keen just in the front line trying to zone this one away as the smite, where will it go? It does go to Gen.G as Lehens is in the death chamber, but he is still alive. Zeus in that front line trying to take down this Ornn and might be able to, but no, does get rooted up. Meanwhile, Keen will go down. Faker does pick up that kill as the Rift Herald did go to Gen.G.
Top and bottom instead, but late committed to the fight, and then we're still successful there. Again, Corki not very strong just yet, but the Mordekaiser ult is game-changing when you can just pull an Ornn out of the fight. Then you have, of course, a ton of damage output at this stage.
There he is. Now Lehens is going to walk towards a Callista. Got to be careful about that, as Guma will punish quite a bit. Looks like a 5v5 brewing for this first Ocean Drake.
Yeah, looks like it. Again, Lehens, no ultimate here. That's very critical. But the spears here are the neutral fight that Gen.G can offer. Yeah, they have a big front line, and their Zeri isn't online just yet. But if T1 are indecisive and a few spears land, that's Dragon going over, and Keen's pushing forward.
Yeah, Keen trying to catch Faker. That's not going to work out. Now he just gets hooked and has to flash away. The sleep is coming in, and Keen is just dead, as Owner will pick up that kill. Keen very over-aggressive in that moment, trying to start a fight onto Valkyrie. Corki, as now Gen.G still trying to fight for this one 4v5. They have the poke, but at the end of the day, they're just going to have to give it up.
His ult is almost here, but I think without it, you just can't win this one. You got to leave, and that they will. Chovy trying to trade this for a turret. It's super low. It looks like he will get away with this. He can just slide over the wall. If anyone tries to go for a punish, will scout with his extendo. You could do some fancy footwork there, but if you end up trying to take Baron and failing, the game basically ends as hook comes through.
Yeah, that is Lehens. He's got some backup this time around. There have been a couple of awkward moments. Now the ult is going to be sent into the Ornn as now the TP comes in. Lehens is dead though. I mean, there's just no way for him to get out. That's a pick on a Lehens, and now T1.
One for Chovy. I mean, starting to build towards some lifesteal here. The Zeri is starting to come online, and I keep mentioning the Zeri. That combo very difficult to steal this one away as T1. Chovy?
Oh, the ult here from Carrier. They're going to catch Chovy, and he should be going down. Down he goes. As meanwhile, Gen.G trying to do something in mid, but Guma's just hopping away. Keen trying to go 1v3 here, nearly takes down Faker, but at the end of the day, it's 2 kills for the side of T1. Carrier still on the chase here. Lehens in a lot of trouble against this Callista, and slowly and surely he's going to survive, actually. Does not burn down.
They're looking for a Baron.
Maybe gonna go for it. Faker's doing the dragon for some reason.
He does not have teleport, and I don't know if they saw him. It looks like he was seen on the ward. Gen.G do know. They're gonna come over here and contest this. Lehens has no ult though. This is gonna be a Hail Mary. He has smite, but no flash.
Yeah. How does he get over the wall? Well, I guess he's just gonna try to walk in from the top side. That's not gonna happen. I think he might just have to go over to Canyon on the steal as the spear really catches it, but no, with the Kalista, an easy secure here for T1.
And Gen.G's setups have been a little bit rocky, to say it nicely. They will be able to, it looks like, even up the dragons here, but it feels like a consolation prize in comparison to T1's Baron.
Mothered them in 2 games. One was 26, one was 24. So now T1 up against Gen.G, finally putting up a good fight, and perhaps Gen.G just weren't quite ready for this level of fight, you know? Has been a little bit lackluster. We're finally going to get one turret that does go down in mid.
Yeah, Toby's not here with his shift to help clear the wave. Had to go topside, is coming back now, doesn't have teleport.
Really feels like today he's got his head on straight, and if he's got that, well, I say that, now he's a bit caught alongside Aguma as they're trying to get onto Aguma. Keria is just going to get his fates called away, and double TP are coming in. T1 trying to turn the fight as the ult goes in. The death chamber onto Jovi, and there's more like that third triple knockup comes in from Keen as he's going to knock that one. Faker's just chasing Canyon into the jungle, but he's not going to help out his team until right now. Misses the Valkyrie over the wall and is not able to get on in there. Not even sure if he wanted to really get on in there as Gen.G, they're turning this game around, trying to take down Owner now, who is a bit alone. Finally, Faker will come over and try to punish, takes out Keen, and he might just have the damage, forces the flash from Pays, so that they have to get away from this one. Owner still on the chase. Looking for a bowling ball as actually it's Faker who does get in there with one auto.
One auto's enough. Take Owner out in the 1v1 because he's got so much MR even though he was low. Lehens?
Yeah, Lehens TPing in, but we have Keria nearby as well. I think actually Gen.G have to back away from this one.
Yeah, bit of a disaster.
Uh-oh, yeah, Lehens might just be dead. No flash and really no hope. Gets a heal from the Nidalee and then just dies. And the TP, a bit desperate to say the least. T1 still in control.
I mean, these frontliners have been punished so hard by T1 this game. 1 in 5 for Keen, 0 in 3. Lehens caught multiple times this game trying to make plays.
But Owner is certainly very far ahead of him at this point.
He has his Zonias, so I mean, he's somewhat tanky and can really set up big ultimates, especially when he has flash like he does now.
All right, let's see the angle here. Keria's on the backside, will flash over the wall as now maybe a sleep to come in. That did hit 2 people, but that is just Cassante. Now the turn coming in, and Keria's way too far forward, but he's very tanky. Does he have the items? And yeah, he's got Fate's Call as well as Owner trying to chip away at the front line. But Keria is too far in the front, and down he will go. Lehens and Keen still alive.
Level 18 Chovy, front to back.
He's waiting. He is waiting. He's hunting for that moment. Another spear is going to land, and here comes Toby over the wall just to immediately be put in the death chamber up against the Mordekaiser. Gets countered by the Mordekaiser. Owner going in by himself. Keen does take down one, but he will fall as well, and now Owner on the chase here. Should eventually be able to take these 2 out, I would imagine, or at least keep them around in time for Guma to come over. As the Lilia so slippery, just gonna run away.
There from Zace, he won't have it for this one to keep Canyon out of the pit, but he doesn't have flash, so it's a one-way trip.
Faker's just so bad. I mean, like, he's just able to Valkyrie into people now. He's 5-0 and 7, matching Owner, who's also throwing bowling balls over the wall.
He's so late.
So low. Yeah, there's just no way Gen.G can get in.
Yeah, and Lens just TPs to clear ward. T1, I feel like, pretty much locked this one up.
Thinking about it more, the Lilia take damage alongside a Morellonomicon against double healing champs and double tank, especially from ahead. It's just so oppressive. Like Gen.G, they're trying to heal through the damage, they're trying to tank, but their front lines just get absolutely melted. You mentioned it was like 10k damage that Owner did in that last fight. Number 1, they haven't taken an inhibitor yet, and they still are going up against Ornaments, as Faker's just gonna be caught out and just killed. Down he goes, right as I was saying it. Gen.G trying to fight their way back into this game, as they do get that pick, and now Keria just gonna try to peel for the team.
Point here for T1. And
yeah, that Owner is just gonna be pulled back into the team. The Cassante gets the jump on him, and Owner is dead. And now Gen.G have prevented the Ocean Soul, which would have been massive up against all the smoke.
They're trying to push maybe mid here to get an inhibitor in return, but again, it's so risky. By the way, 1,000 kills, fewest games, youngest player. FaZe gets it done here. He's the one that secures that one.
It was going to be a really big upset and really make the series interesting. But now Gen.G feel like they're back in control.
Yeah, it's still interesting. It's not over yet, but Gen.G making the plays.
Yeah, they're trying to isolate this front line, actually, trying to get on top of the Mordekaiser. But now Faker going to go into the fight and immediately just die as Toby will take him down and punish Faker in the mid lane as now Zeus has to go into this one. We do have a sleep as well. Lilia, Owner trying to do the damage, but this front line is just so tanky. Owner, though, going to go golden. Is it enough as Guma soloing down Keen? It's a very close fight, but at the end of the day, you see Chovy and you see FaZe on nearly full health. And Gen.G, it looks like they may have just done it again.
Yeah, looks like they may have. It's been a few games this season that Gen.G been brought to the brink. It looked like maybe it's another win, it's another loss for Gen.G, but maybe it's not today, maybe it's not in this first game. The flyby extendo beam is going to miss. It looks like Owner gets out with his life, but that's not going to stop this Baron from going down. And there's a lot of standing gold, not that they really needed 40 minutes into the game here in all of these turrets.
But take a look at the actual human nexus that is FaZe right now. He is a turret, and nobody can get on top of him. Nobody can close the gap between them and the Senna, and everybody on the side of T1 is just taking massive poke damage. Nobody can escape the wrath that is FaZe right now. And, you know, he's got 1,000 kills. He's got over 1,000 assists now as well in the LCK. And Gen.G off of the backs of him in this very strong late game comp might just end the game here. Keria desperate to try to stop the push from coming in. Faker doing a lot of damage, but immediately the heals come in.
So many minions starting to stack up here. Great front line. FaZe could just hit Faker from so far away.
Yeah, there's just no way for him to ever fight that 1v1. Keria trying to stop the wave. Guma trying to do it as well. As down will go Chovy, but there's a second, even stronger AD carry that's left over. It is FaZe on Senna. As okay, got a little sleep coming in. Trying to delay. Faker trying to get on in here, but Owner just falls, and immediately Faker will as well. Canyon might go down. No, he is actually going to live somehow. Gen.G take game 1 in 42 minutes.
The win rate across this year, I looked it up, for Xayah across 40 games in the LCK was 30%. It has been played 40 times leading up until this game. That one as they did back, so they actually don't know where he is right now. And so this is actually a huge boon. They're going to come over here and find out. Lehen's going to play bodyguard.
I think the Hens has to be very careful here, and as I say that, I think he might just die. He is extremely low, but they don't want to push into the Nidalee, but in goes Owner, and his first blood for Faker, as now trying to turn this one around is Gen.G, but they only have 2 people. They're trying to take down Keria, tons of damage between these two, and in fact, Keria will be run down as he doesn't have flash anymore as well. And both of the supports get punished.
Yes, yet used his flash on that last play along with Faker.
Oh, the max range Q, and now the all out here on Azeus. This is going to force the slicing Maelstrom. As we still have Exhaust, he really wants to run him down here, and another Q3 will have to be flashed. As in he goes again. Jeez, man. Yeah, and both of these AD carries about to start picking up some turret plates here. We'll see how this does go as Keen on the Cassante, no exhaust anymore, and there's 3 people down, but Canyon has made his way down here as well, trying to stop the dive, and this is very dangerous against a Cassante. And look at Keen just getting away from the Q, and Keria is just left for dead. He's just gone. There's nothing that Guma and Owner can do about it, just a failed dive from T1.
And Faker is behind so much in farm. Now not farming here, is going to teleport mid. Chovy will have teleport advantage, can continue to put the pressure on. So they're losing out in mid, they're losing out in bottom, and Keen has stemmed the bleeding in the top lane. It's just such a huge lead here now for Gen.G in terms of map control as well, and what it means in terms of denial here.
And so T1 have that lane going well for them, but everything else not so great as Gen.G are really punishing them, trying to get in here, but now it's actually Canyon who's going to get Feathers dragged back, and now Pace is in a lot of trouble. Barrier not going to help him out as T1 call the bluff on the bottom side and come up big.
He used his combo just moments before.
Trying to make a play up here on the top side. That spear looks like it missed, but it might not matter. Zeus is extremely low, does flash the wall. Remember, Keen doesn't have his flash, but he's Cassante, just goes through the wall and takes him down. Although T1 are getting this bottom turret, so there is that.
Yeah, Chovy's been taking all the farm in mid. Pace has been trying to get farm in bottom. I think we might have to have a little switcheroo on that as this turret goes down. Will be the first turret going to T1, so maintaining their gold lead. Big factor here is that the Azir picked up a kill, so even though he's down 30 CS, that's somewhat mitigated. The Xayah is very ahead, and Pace has been kind of forced out of the game.
You know, he picked it in game 1. Looked great on it. Well, maybe
in the end,
maybe not great. Yeah, did get a vote in the POG. Lehens does have Unbreakable Will, but he doesn't want to use it. He's gonna really try to save it until the very end, and he's just gonna die instead.
Well, I mean,
okay,
it's a long cooldown.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, losing a dragon doesn't feel too bad.
Yeah. There are a decent amount of shields in this game, but they're small shields. I feel like the percentage game is not going to help out too much.
The tenacity will feel pretty good for T1's comp. I would. This one goes a lot better than what happened with Hayes.
Viper 2? Okay, well that was, yeah, that wasn't it. And he might die, as now he doesn't have a dash. Here's Owner trying to save him, and you know what? Maybe will be able to, as now it's just Owner going to give his life for him. Nearly takes out Canyon, one hit. Might have done it, but yeah, that was a cover your eyes moment, as now T1 trying to close the gap here on a Canyon, as they did go pretty deep for that kill, but it's just a trade of kills, and meanwhile you're losing your top turret and your mid turret. Recently it's been Pays, right? He's playing Ezreal, it's 80 carries that are OP, he's a fantastic Zeri player, etc. But in this game it might just be a little bit of Cassante, Keen, and you know, Keen Sante, and
Gen.G just has so much control. There isn't a great choice to make. And now Faker is finally going to go up here and maybe start to threaten this top turret. It's very healthy.
There's a lot of pings on Baron right now from the blue team. Yeah. Making me a bit worried.
I just don't think you can. I mean, Zeus has TP. They lose someone because their team comp is reliant on all the pieces working together. And once again, they're just going to put two solo laners in the same lane to get a turret. Like, Gen.G does this. They're like, no, it's solo lane, it's a duo lane. We actually get the turret. The double TP to Baron, calling your bluff.
Yeah. And this is what it will force.
Chemtech bottom, we're all top. We double TP'd. You have no vision here. Kennen can't teleport anywhere topside here. Keen is holding the door here. Misses the engage there. Keria and Gen.G looking to turn.
Yeah, they want to fight. And here we go, level 16, Cassante. That's a huge amount of damage from the Xayah and Kennen, as Exhaust going to be used. Keria trying to punish, not going to catch him. And so Keen kind of finding out the amount of damage that T1 does have when they engage, but now Lehens gets in there, and Owner in a bit of a rough spot as in goes Baker. He is going to get the drop on a Pays as they throw everything into the Zeri. That is a huge catch, but now Baker will go down, and Lehens is kiting this one out, and he will be able to headbutt to potentially survive as well. Look at the health bars here on Zeus and Keria. They are so low, and they're getting poked out, and there's not much they can do except run from here.
Yeah, Zeus, no flash here, really tough to make anything happen. Gumayusi is really the main character here. If T1 were ever to get something done here, might even try to look for a backstop. He's gonna blast cone in.
Okay, he's going in. Didn't think that Cassante was nearby, and well, he found out that he was, and now he's dead. Flash is gone, and Keen still doesn't need flash, because he's Cassante.
But it wasn't the right call there with the Cassante standing by. He just didn't have the right read. There's no Baron take, but it will be Gen.G getting soul point here. And every little bit helps. I mean, all the extra healing, the extra tenacity, but these are small things that blind.
Yeah. They have like one blue trinket in their own jungle, which was just pinged, by the way.
Yep.
And they're just going to start Baron. And they can 2-mana with Corki and Italy, and then eventually have the rest of the team come over, and there's just zero vision. I mean, T1, they're just going to have to send it, but they're too late. They're backing.
You can't even engage on Lehens. He's got ult, he's got flash. Like, Owner is just going to take the Constellation Gromp in this case, and T1 just could not come in. They couldn't do anything. Oppressive vision control, no way to face check, and they just give up the Baron because there's really no right choice. But nobody's side laning either. No, it's too risky to push that top turret, which has been alive and it's basically full health for the whole time. Bounty's now up. No bottom turret to push on the opposite side of the map. T1 almost checkmated in this game, it feels like.
Uh-oh, the Xayah gets engaged on. There's the Featherstorm. That's early as now Lehens. Baker looking for it, just going on a crazy race-way. I don't even know what that was. Meanwhile, Owner goes down, and Lehens is going to find another one. Finds the Kennen here. Nice Zonias, actually. A lot of damage into Pace, who will go down. And that might actually stop the push for now.
That kind of saves the inhibitor, may have saved the game, because if they end up losing more people there.
They're sticking around, though.
Yeah, Guma, no ult.
Oh my god! What was that?
Bye-bye!
What was that damage?
I mean, that's some big Corki damage right there.
Was there a spear in that as well? There had to have been.
I think there was, yeah. And he's an RFC, i.e. everything hurts.
Well, the game might just be over now.
It is now, I think.
They fake back, and Faker's down. Zonias can only save you so many times, and that spear is going to land, and that might just be GG, as with the Baron. The Rival Baron power play push coming on in. They're looking to end this game, and Gen.G They almost lost the game today, but they did not. And in the end of the day, it is a relatively clean 2-0 win over T1 as they're playing with their food, who is owner right now. And it will be another Nexus to fall. Gen.G.
These are the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup.
Yeah,
Not a lot of action.
They just got
team fighting.
They got the dragons. Was kind of the angle there, and relieve some pressure.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's all you need to do. As Closer's gonna flash.
Yeah, I guess the slow, and Yahoo is gonna sidestep everything, but I don't think he can sidestep his death. His first blood will come through. Raptor does pick up the kill, somewhat unfortunately, but at least he'll be able to use that to get fed and get that first item early so he can be more of an impact here in this early game. Fight against this, the wall, he's gonna miss, and now Shyvana's getting in there. Sponge looking to take the straight against Raptor, who was very deep in the enemy jungle, and now trying to go back in. He's got Closer, hops over to Closer and lives. As Sponge gonna throw one more E, but he's just baited into it. It's a double kill for Closer.
Back up. And now it's gone again. And with that, that's the dragon going away from the Shyvana here. As Clear is just like, nice counter matchup. He's maintained his CS, but he is just constantly putting the pressure on, constantly using his Gnar bars to annoy Frog. And I mean, Gnar can win this matchup. It's not unwinnable, but
well, Yahoo's gonna dash into the Taliyah. There's the knock-up as he's got Sponge nearby, nearly able to bait him. Looks kind of crazy at first, but somehow works out for him.
Raptor almost able to trade that back, trying for it now.
Oh, the kick is very nice. The angle here, Sponge is getting caught. He doesn't have flash. Just now, the charm comes in, and we've got an MF, but he gets stunned by the S arrow, and Teddy can't follow up. That's so unfortunate for him. Excellent arrow comes in from Henna, and that's just gonna be another one team fight for Fearx.
Had he ulted, it would have been just denied by the Sun as well, as we've talked about that a lot when we talked about the draft, and we'll see if it plays out that way in team fights. It's just DRX have been so close to many of these plays, as Clear's gonna miss.
Yeah, nice sidestep from Frog with that extra movement speed, but he's still going to respect, especially with Raptor showing here on Vision. And Closer
Weaver
up in
ball's
the
ready.
top side. Can Frog get out of this one? He's got Sponge nearby, but the wave has been stopped. Frog is trying to clear it, but there's one minion that tanks a turret shot. The knockup comes in, and it's clean once again from the mid and jungle duo of BNK.
You and I aren't super keen on, because it means that you're not doing that much damage in fights just yet. So he's...
Yep, here we go again. The Lee Sin kick into the Taliyah, who just easily is able to throw some rocks down and get the extra stun in. It is just so oppressive. And from ahead, it looks almost unfair.
Yeah, it's just bottom lane. Yahoo's going to be able to have some friends here as he tries to take out this turret, but it's going to be Closer who gets this one first. So first brick goes to the side of BNK. This takes 3 people to take down, so there's just no other pressure on the map. I mean, DRX got a ton of vision in the jungle and around the dragon that hasn't spawned yet in return, so there's some trade back here. There's some small victory, but fortunately, the bigger win here is BNK, who have full map control, now going to crash this wave and force out Teddy's ultimate right before this dragon. Ahead, we talked about how their big burst damage could just be enough to where you don't need a front line, you just kill the enemy champions very easily and you kind of just roll over the game. Not to be the case here.
So normally we wouldn't be excited about Ocean Soul, but it's BNK in the lead against a poke comp, right? As Closer knows he's in the bush. He's queuing the bush before he even sees it. And they're just waiting for him. And here comes the rest of the team as a massive Gnar ultimate. Oh my god, this Wombo combo is disgusting. As everybody just gets lined up and taken down.
Well, with this very brittle and rickety draft here for DRX, as you can see, as BNK have clearly shown, it's not very sturdy. It is very behind, and I think that DRX are most likely thinking about game 2 right now, because your damage is going to be long-term just sending out a lot of fire breath.
Well, that's your front line, and right now the wallets are just so huge that it just doesn't matter. Like, BNK are just able to invade so aggressively as a team. Now looking for the kill on a Frog, as there it is. Raptor went so deep for that one. May have to pay as the MF ultimate is going to get him. I thought maybe he'd be able to hold on.
Teddy gets one!
You know, he did some attacking above 50% health.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, well, okay, there's your Arden Gage. Gonna find closer. He's just gonna stand and deliver as the rest of the team, who's going in to try to get that kill. Not gonna happen as here comes the Gnar. That's another kill going over to Clear, who is 3-0 and 4. And yeah, BNK are just kind of flattening them here.
Yeah, it's 15 kills to 1. We haven't really seen too many one-sided games like this. Even when D+ had that crazy win over Gen.G, it wasn't quite like, you know, this, but he does not have his safeguard cooldown as Letta.
Well, we've seen that before.
Wait?
Letta might actually die, if not, if the entire rest of the team. Oh, he's dead! Raptor from the jungle. The kick comes in, and he lands the Q. Man, this guy is a pretty good Lee Sin player, isn't he? The knockup comes in, and the Dragon will not get away. Really nice solar flare here as well on a Yehu. Right now, they're just having a lot of fun. They're just throwing abilities at the enemies, and it's working out as Henna gonna have to flash out of this.
That's when Teddy's like, you know what? It's my time. It's bullet time! And then he scares them away, but the fight is already won, as it turns out. But at least there wasn't any CC to stop him from doing that. Solar flare was already used. Yeah, the gold difference here is immense. It is... Even Duro's like 1,000 gold. They are going to get Baron off of this. It's a pick comp. Guess what? It's a BNK draft. It's a pick comp.
Oh no, we missed one. We saw the other 18, but number 19, yeah, we got to hide that one from the kids. This inhibitor is going to go down, and I think the base is going to fall very soon. BNK, not a team that's known for waiting around and not doing much. Even when they're losing very badly, they will just run at their enemies.
That's true, and they're going to run towards the Nexus real quick here with the Baron buff. And Clear's got Gnar. No ult yet.
Yeah, just waiting for it. We get the zoom-ins as well. A bit of Shyvana damage, you know. Corky's trying to do stuff. Yehu's just going to get stunned up, and he can't do anything. Raptor's got the angle on Sponge. And he's just going to get knocked back here by Closer as well. BNK very much playing Ring Around the Rosie. Very fun time for them. Not very fun for DRX as, yep, final kill just go to Teddy. But it's still a massive slaughter from the side of BNK here in game 1.
Whereas, yes, DRX do have 2.5 with the Gnar kind of element there, 80 carries in their draft. But one of them is extremely low range. One of them will get much more range as she gets levels. Same with the Gnar, weirdly enough. But
champions that can be played, which is giving a little bit more breathing room to Ryu in the drafts. I'm not going to get to talk about it because Clear, the guy I mentioned, is just going to get a solo kill under the turret before level 6. And there you go. If Raptor finds some free time with the turret, that's probably going to be much worse. As Duro is rooted for about 18 seconds and might die here as he is, oh, very nice dash into flash to the right. Man, he's got the moves today.
Yeah, Duro just looks really good on Rakan, to be honest. And he's just very well-versed on this pick. Raptor will go unpunished here on his grub takes. Gets 2, actually gets the 3rd one there. Fortunately for Sponge, is unable to come over and assist.
Yeah. Ivern is coming up here. Sponge is getting ready. And I think Frog's got a good idea that this is coming. They don't have any vision, but Ivern is hiding against the wall. And so I think he's going to try to help out in this one. They see Sponge. Do they care? It's only level 5 Ivern, to be honest. They might just kill Ivern. They're like, yeah, okay, cool. You saved your Gnar. We're just going to kill you instead.
Sponge, unfortunately, just not quite in range to set up for a root here. And that is going to be BNK getting the dragon. You know, it took them a while to take it. They weren't able to instantly grab it, like we were referencing earlier. Raptor hanging around topside. But now they grab it. Well, the great thing about Maokai into Ivern is you just toss saplings in there.
You can't fight the Steer X. Go the other way. Okay, they're going to try to punish Closer here, but he is Corky. He'll just Valkyrie. And yeah, I mean, look at this. Clear's just hunting down Frog. The flash and the follow flash comes through from Clear. He's going to shut that down. Another solo kill for Clear. This guy is just kind of insane nowadays.
Hannah just ults to clear the wave, knowing that Pleta and Sponge were missing and there was a possibility he was going to get dove. He's able to clear the wave and then get out of there. Raptor cleans up the grubs, 6 grubs to BNK. They got the first dragon. They are getting everything. That's all in the back of this cannon.
Good play-by-play, Wolf.
Yeah. He got a little dash in there, you know?
Yeah. He dashes away, and yeah, that's the end of the fight. We do have a little bit of a trade as Teddy is trying to get some winning the trades. As the Corky in this matchup used to do pretty well. You know, sometimes we saw Tristana's winning. But now, especially after the Tristana buffs, it's like, well, or nerfs rather, it's like, well, Corki's just the supreme king of the mid lane unless you pick a straight counter. And they're going to take that mid turret as well.
Ultimate, so you don't want to force the fight, but you don't lose anything. Yehu may stop this back. She's Sponge who does, but I mean, this is a dragon going over. You got 2 turrets. The gold lead here is, you know, it's pretty significant. It's 3,400 right now, 3,300 give or take. 2 dragon lead, 6 grubs. It's Chemtech Soul, so there's that.
Anything, so even if they don't like the Drakes, maybe BNK FX will like the vision control they get.
Yeah. Yehu is going to get, because he's Tristana here, and they've indexed into this bottom side, a bounty turret. Clear.
Oh no. Not Frog again going down. Yep, the Shuriken's going to hit him. Raptor was even there. Where's Duro? He's also there.
Yeah, he's there.
They didn't need anyone except Clear.
Nah, Clear's like, well, we just lost a turret because you guys, this is a bad macro play, but I'll take the kill. Thank you. Thank you guys for being there for me and for moral support, but maybe you guys should have defended bottom. But it's cool.
But not going to amount to too much.
With this Rakan skin, like, for just a split second of my brain, I was like, there's a Bel'Veth coming? Like, it just looks so weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he just gets soloed, and the frogs are known to be preyed upon by, you know, some predators in bushes. Clear's one of them.
Duro, that Celestial opposition, really doing a lot of work for him there. He's actually going to get away. Yeah, he just realized once again that that is Zeri, in fact. That's happened like 4 times this game as well. It's like, oh, Henna, is he? Oh, he's Zeri.
Yeah,
totally fine.
Yehu may try to punish this with Fleta.
It's pretty hard to with Raptor this tanky.
Yeah, if you have a Poppy, sometimes you can do something with that.
I guess because he goes into Mega form. I figured it out. Yeah, so we have a Baron start here at 20 minutes.
Duro's on the flank.
Yeah.
Clear's on the
the Mega Cone to get away, to get an even better angle? They're trying to get in here. We can't even really see the bar of the Baron health, and yeah, they're just going to look for the turn. I feel like they could have just taken the Baron, but instead they're just going to go super deep because guess what? It's BNK FX, and they're just going to pull the trigger, and they're just going to run at their opponents as a massive ult comes in from the realm, but it just doesn't matter because we're just watching the rat looking and testing the theory. Oh no, Wolf, we tested it again, and the same result came out again.
I mean, Teddy, I would love to see the damage to, or, you know, the damage per champion in last team fight. You know, damage to champions graph, full up. Because Teddy played very well in terms of positioning. He was very far back, didn't get caught by the Rakan, wasn't caught by the cannon until the fight was kind of cleared up. He didn't use his teleport to get in there, he just walked over, so now he's going to teleport back to lane and get more farm because he wants his death cap as soon as possible. But, I mean, he might go Zhonya's, but death cap is the cool way to do it when you have 6 kills. Double Rod.
Red Bull Baron power play.
And they're needlessly big, Valdez!
Why are they so big? Nobody knows the answer except Riot.
I've lost my mind.
Yeah, it's one of those games. I mean, this would be a perfect game, even in New Age perfect game. Maybe not with the plates, but yeah. There was, you know, 6 grubs, Rift Heralds, all the dragons. Most of the turrets going the way of BNK FX. And now we're ganking Frog again.
Or he is checking to see if
where's he going?
He's like in their base. Closer is not going to interact with him, but it is going to be Soul Point finally. This has been up for a while, but now BNK are going to take it after winning some fights, getting Baron, and they don't want to push their advantage too hard. They don't want to go too deep.
But I think it is something you need into Kennen.
Kennen does a lot of damage to turrets when he has this much ability power.
Yeah, you know what would help that? Lich Bane.
You might buy it. I mean, it's still on the cards.
I mean, you know, it's not bad. You get your combo off, you attack, and it does a nice chunk of damage. You're going to be attacking anyway. You got to land that, you know, empowered auto and stuff like that.
The most stressful part of this for BNK is to see if they can finish the game without losing anybody.
Yeah. They're playing it very carefully.
Stacking the waves very well. It's actually clean play here from BNK. They're going to get all 3 inhibitors.
Super clean today. I mean, this is some of the cleanest league we've had all week.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, there's nothing that DRX can do. They're just suffocated. They don't get to play the game.
There's no way out. I mean, they're going to put some Ivern bushes up to delay it. That's it. That's the plan. That's the play.
I guess so. And Duro is very tanky. They found, well, Duro and Henna, who just flashed away from it. Pletta's dead. Duro might go down. Yes, he will. So a trade of supports, but you haven't dealt with the rat. And Frog's going to ult into closer, as now we got an angle here for Ye, who is trying to do damage, but it's just going to be the Gnar to fall. And the turrets are down already. The Gnar comes in, or rather the Kennen comes in, and it doesn't do anything. Might kill Teddy here. Yeah, that Shuriken just one-shot him through the shield. And that's going to do it for game number 2 and for this series. BNK FX with the clean 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.